All right, now we're going to begin the second video on the short answer, or what I call Form A. Over here, I'm going to have a star on this one because this one can be solved with the calculator very easily. The table below shows the number of participants attending an event over a period of 5 years. What is the rate of change? Rate of change is just code for slope. So I entered these points into my table, and I got the slope. When I did my stats, I got the slope of, as it comes into focus, +4. Now I realize that there's faster ways to do this, but when you have more complicated data sets, using the calculator and then the stat options gives you a slope that's way more accurate and gives room for less error on your part. For number 5, write an equation of a line that passes through the point -8, 12, and then has an undefined slope. So -8, 12, I kind of just drew a basic graph here, and I approximated -8 would be to the left, and +12 would be somewhere up here, and I drew a point. I remember from my notes that undefined means an up and down line, like the beginning of the letter U in the word undefined. So I know, okay, that's my key right there. An undefined line is a line that goes straight up and down, or is vertical, and it intercepts or hits the x-axis, so it has to begin with the letter X. Now I know, okay, well, what is the actual x value in the point that it has to go through? And that would be -8. So my equation of the line that's undefined that goes to this exact point would be at -8, would be at x equals -8. Number 6, this one I was going to graph and I realized I had to actually do some work. So this is probably the most complicated problem on this side of the page. They want an equation of a line that is perpendicular. That's the big idea. When you have a perpendicular line, you take the original slope, which in this case was 5/1 or +5, and you have to take the reciprocal, which means flip it upside down, 1/5, and then change its sign. So from positive, it would become a negative. So now my new slope is -1/5. Then I went ahead and simply used the point slope formula because I now have a slope and a point that it has to go through. I plugged those into my equation. Using distributive property and my rules for changing signs, I rewrote the equation. Then I went ahead and isolated y on both sides by subtracting 4. Using my calculator to do the dirty fraction work over here, the 2/5 minus 4, I get y equals a -1/5 x minus 18/5. And for number 7, well actually not and, but number 7, write an equation of a line that passes through the point 7, 16 and has a slope of 3. Once again, you have a point, you have a slope, use the point slope formula. So y minus my y value, which was a +16, equals m, or my slope, 3, parentheses, x minus my x value, which is +7. I use the distributive property on the right-hand side to get 3x minus 21. I isolated the y by adding 16 to both sides, and I get y equals 3x minus 5. And finally, for number 8, write a situation that can describe causation. Your answers will vary depending on your understanding. There is no one single answer. So I'll let you write that and your teacher decide if that is correct or not. I will see you in the next video for the other side of the review.